Hi everybody, Cam Sweet here from the Garage Connection Central Digger Supply, coming to you today with kind of day two of our review of all these different Huayee machines here. So behind me I have the essentially the HY27 or SHY27, and this is the largest of the kind of like the mini excavator series types of machines. I mean, there's a 6-ton and there's bigger ones that can be purchased, but this is the biggest of the yellow ones right now, and it packs a lot of features that the machines below it have. And before we get too far into this video, I wanted to take the opportunity to thank everybody for your support of the Garage Connection YouTube channel and Central Digger Supply as a business. What we're going to be doing in the upcoming videos is we're going to be starting to do a lot of giveaways of certain products that really are there to help out people with either their auction minis, or if maybe they're looking to get a machine and they don't know which one to buy. We're going to be giving away some machines too. So it's very important that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you click the notification bell. That way you get notified of anything that we come out with here for these giveaway products or machines, and you don't miss anything, because that would be an absolute shame to miss a free machine. So again, thank you very much for your support of the channel. I really appreciate it, and it's allowed me to bring about so much more knowledge about the different models of these machines and kind of how they work, the features, and hopefully just make everybody's life easier. That's really the goal. So thank you again, and stay tuned for the video. It introduces, to be honest with you, quite a big size jump compared to like the 20 or the 18, 16, whatever it may be. So this is a serious machine for serious work, and we've been playing around with it a little bit, digging some holes. Didn't quite realize how deep it'd actually dig. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk around the machine. We're going to talk about some of the features that this one has that sets it apart from the 20s or some of the competitor brands, and then we're going to show you the evolution of kind of how we arrived at this hole, and then hop down in there to really illustrate just how deep this thing can dig, and through some Georgia clay at that. So stay tuned. So this machine, we'll start at the front here and just work our way around. The setup of the bucket and stuff like that, it's very typical to 95% of all these machines, where you've got hydraulic cylinders moving your bucket, right? Nothing groundbreaking there. But the nice part about this one is the thumb pivot point is not located up at all. It's actually in line with the end of your jib pivot point. And so it just makes it so that when you're using the thumb in the bucket, it feels more like a grapple than it does a thumb where it's coming at a different angle. And that is a nice feature. The other thing with this thumb, which you can't see because we're shooting it this way, is that this thing is beefy and reinforced, and it's really not going anywhere. The other nice part about this bucket, comparative to some of the lighter duty models, is that this bucket has the wear plates welded around the outside of it, just like the 20 series machine. So it's going to be there longer without wearing out, and that's a nice touch. This one also has significantly bigger teeth, bigger side cutters, and just overall the machine is just much bigger. So the other thing that this machine comes with is a very sizable quick attach. Now this quick attach is manually operated, but it's so much bigger than the smaller ones, which makes sense obviously because it's a 27 series machine. As far as the auxiliary hydraulics, the functionality goes and stuff like that, we do have a considerably larger 3-way valve, and all these hoses are not the standard 1/4 inch or 5/16 hoses that come on the smaller machines. I mean, these are larger type. I think these are probably like an L12 style din fitting, so 3/8 hoses, and just considerably larger stuff. The other thing that this unit comes with factory is case drain lines that are in the aux hydraulics. So if you're running a very large attachment that has a rotating motor and you need a case drain hookup, historically you could not run those on some of the minis because they didn't have the provision for the case drain with a line flowing back to the hydraulic tank. This unit does come factory with one of those, and that's a really nice touch. And then tucked away up here You see if I can pull it out for you. Yes. Tucked away up here is an electrical connector. So that connector is tied into the joysticks. So you have the multi-function buttons. So if you're doing something where you have like a rotary grapple or a mulching head, and it has hydraulic control to it, where it has its own solenoids and it has its own little control joystick, you can connect that directly to the function keys on the control joysticks of the machine, and you're able to operate that without needing, you know, an awkward additional controller or something like that. The boom assembly, everything is huge. It's massive. I mean, this swing boom knuckle here is just absolutely huge. It's all cast one piece. This is what looks to be about 1 inch thick steel plates. We have cylinder guards here. We got cylinder guards up top. We got the nice LED light up underneath, and this one's actually pretty cool because you can loosen the bolts and kind of move it around how you see fit. Just all around a nice machine. Massive cast sections on the bottom of the boom. I mean, we're at a whole different level of performance here with this type of machine. Now the chassis and the drivetrain components of this machine, everything is obviously substantially bigger than the smaller machines. That's to be expected, right? But the blade itself is all one piece bent steel, and there's also a cutting edge welded on the bottom of it. It's kind of pressed into the dirt right now, but there's a cutting edge welded on there. We got the nice wings that flip out, so if you need to grade at a full width with the tracks extended, flip the wings out, put these little pins back in, and you are good to go. We have some nice tie down points here on the end of each side of the grader blade, and everything on the back side of the blade is boxed with big giant sections of tubing. I mean, this grader blade cylinder is like that big around. It's very, very large and very, very robust. Of course, the hose protection on the hoses all come standard. I mean, the pivot pins down here are absolutely massive. They got their own little grease fittings. It's the way that you would expect a machine of this caliber to be built. Coming around to the back of the body, the nice thing with kind of how they put this together was that when you swing, number one, your tail never gets past the back of your tracks, but it's tucked in, and it's nice that you don't have this giant section of counterweight flying around past the machine too far. Big cast counterweight here, lots of ventilation, grating, and because this is a diesel engine, it has a radiator and a belt-driven fan and all that stuff. So it's moving a tremendous amount of air across the machine. We got a nice access door here. Now, this unit is considerably larger than the other machines, and so it does have a larger diesel engine. So this one, I believe it's a D1105. Yes, it is. So it's got the D1105 Kubota diesel. Again, easy access to, I know I keep walking in front of the camera like a freaking rookie, easy access to all the filters, air filter, fuel filter, another fuel filter. Hell, we got this thing's got like 4 fuel filters on there between the water separator and a couple down below. So good news is you're not going to get dirty fuel inside the injection pump. Yeah, I mean, it's just a very nice machine. That's pretty much the best way I can describe it. So this is the rear of the machine. Okay, we've got the true 2-speed motors here, and if you notice, you don't see any hydraulic lines, right? Nothing at all. Everything in this machine, all the lines are hidden inside of the chassis components, so you're not going to snag it on anything moving around and tear a line off or pinch a line between a rock or anything like that. It does also have a very nice tie-down point right there welded on the center of it. And then up underneath the machine, nice big turntable bearing. We've got ample ventilation cut out underneath it. And a very nice set of tracks here with some idler wheels. All right. Now, I talked about this with the 20 series video. Of course, I can't get past the mesh here. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that pump for you. All right, so back in there is the hydraulic pump. All right, this machine has a piston type hydraulic pump, and it's what's considered to be a pressure compensated pump. So it will only flow the amount of flow that's needed to do the job. And other than that, it doesn't produce any more flow. So it's not all jumpy and ridiculous like a lot of these machines are. A few people have commented when I talk about the piston type hydraulic pumps instead of the gear type hydraulic pumps. And they like the idea, but they say, well, you know, the machine is very expensive, and well, does it need to be that expensive? I mean, yes, you know, between the Kubota diesel and that piston type hydraulic pump, that's many, many thousands of dollars of engine and pump combo that, unfortunately, right, it goes into the overall cost of the machine. I mean, if you want auction pricing, you're going to get auction results. I haven't seen an auction machine come with a pump of that caliber, with the exception of the little death trike thing that goes like 1,000,000 miles an hour. For some reason, they put like a $3,000 hydraulic pump in that. But other than that, you have to step up to a machine of this caliber and this quality to get that better pump. So is it worth it? I mean, you got to make that decision if it's worth it to you. After digging with the machine, yes, it's 100% worth it. I mean, it's night and day different than the smaller machines, but obviously it's a night and day different machine. Climbing up into the operator station of this machine is very easy because this pilot folds up out of the way, and it allows you to kind of not rub against the thing when you're getting in and out. That's a nice feature, and it is something that you would expect with a machine of this grade. The control layout is pretty common to what we've seen for a lot of these machines, kind of the ISO pilot controls. The 4 rocker switches on this side are used for your lights, your 2-speed drive motors. You go from your swing, your chassis swing to the front blade there, and then it actually has a spare rocker switch that you can choose to put whatever you want. Maybe you want to put a bigger light, maybe you want to put a fan up inside the enclosure here, you can do that too. Foot controls / hand controls here for the tracking, and it's got a nice flip down pedal that really it allows you to manipulate these controls without kind of having to help them with your hands. I know a lot of the machines, if you go to make a movement, you got to kind of you use your hands and then you can use your feet to keep it there, where this one you're able to very comfortably split the controls without really too much drama. Nice cage here to protect the operator. Now, you know, the cage is removable. If you want to remove it, that's up to you. It's your machine. Big beefy roll cage here. Nice molded plastic roof, and it does have the beacon light, and some people say, well, it's upside down. Yes, so it can fit in a container. You take the clamps off and you take the bolts off, you can flip the light around, you can put it wherever you want, and then you're good to go. You'll be in compliance with whatever applicable standards there are in your area. We got the adjustable armrest here, so if, you know, to make yourself more comfortable on the pilot controls, and key switch throttle on the right. Hand operates the grader blade up and down, or again your telescopic tracks, and yeah, I mean it's quite nice. It's what you'd want out of a machine like this. Now the foot control layout of this machine is a little bit different than the 20 and you know, of course the 18s and 16s and stuff like that. And I want to point out a few of the features of that. So the first thing is this floor mat that they give you here. I mean, this is an absolute monster of a floor mat. It's very, very thick. It definitely is not like the Velcro hold down ones that the other machines have. I mean, it reminds me of kind of like a Husky floor liner or a WeatherTech floor liner. So we talked about the controls for the foot pedals. You can flip these up if you want to keep them out of the way, or, you know, flip them down if you want to have a place to put your feet while you're tracking the machine. The pedals on the left and right, so the deal with these is they operate your thumb and your swing boom. But right now, this is like a safety almost. So if you put this down, you can't make a movement, and conveniently, it's also a footrest. So if you're not going to be using the thumb, maybe you're just doing excavation work, and you really don't need the swing boom, you flop these things down, no thumb, no swing boom. If you need it, you flop them up. And what you're greeted with is a wide pedal that is very easy to move. Some of the machines, they have these little narrow aluminum pedals that you can't really, I don't know, it's very jumpy and hard to be very precise with them. This one doesn't suffer from that. You get these nice wide pedals that you can use, and you're not questioning if you're making one movement or the other, which is very, very nice. Also down here, we got these 3 grease fittings for the swivel and the turntable of the machine, and easy to access what appears to be normal grease fittings with caps on it. So just another plus for this one. So the original plan was we were going to bring the machine out here, and we were going to dig a hole for a couple reasons. Number one, to show you how the machine digs the hole, because excavator, and also to truly kind of gauge the depth of what this thing can do. It's advertised as like an 8-ish foot dig, and but you know, sometimes they stretch that a little bit. So we said, you know, let's dig a hole and figure out what's what. And we came out here, and as you could see in this next clip, when you let somebody try out the excavator, sometimes they get a little carried away. So this is the result of what happens when somebody says, hey, let's go take the excavators and, you know, dig some holes, because let's face it, that's what excavators want to do. And now we're fighting over who gets to dig the bigger hole. So it's amazing what can be done when you have a machine that's really in the weight class that one is in, where it's able to not only dig a hole, but it's not suggesting that it's going to dig a hole. It's demanding, I'm going to put a hole right here. So we're just going to let it happen and see what we come up with, and then we'll take it from there. And so we ended up with like an 8.5 foot trench here in the middle of the lot. So what we're going to do, we're going to fire this thing up, and I'm going to show you how smooth the movements can be with a machine of this size. And then we're going to take a look at truly what is possible with something like this. So if you're in the market for a machine that can dig down 7, 8, 9, whatever feet comfortably, and it's going to be there for you, I hope this part you find helpful. So we'll go ahead and fire this thing up. So when you move this pilot down, it turns on the pilot functions of the machine. And we're not going to use the thumb of the swing boom, so I'm going to put the safeties on. So very, very nice movement with this machine, even though it's got the Kubota diesel, and even though, I mean, we can give it more and more revs, it's still able to do very precise, fine movements because of the fact that it has that piston type hydraulic pump. So we can go slow and easy. We can also go quite quickly because of the way that the pump is designed. We can swivel around very quickly. We can slow it way down, almost to the point where we're just basically creeping. And then, you know, if you want to go ahead and dig, we can go way on down. Dig up some Georgia clay. It's really very, very smooth. We're pretty much at the max depth of this machine right now. It's also nice with the thumb on there. I can kind of use it like a pair of spurs and really bite into the wall of the trench that we haven't dug yet and kind of drag it up. fill the bucket, move on, and take it from there. So this is the result of the hole that we were able to dig. So essentially, I mean, it's a very, very deep hole. What I'm going to do is try to hop down in there and not fall on my face here, and then we'll see how truly deep we got this thing. Okay, so again, I am, 5'10", whatever, and this is the view from in here. It's really quite deep. I mean, it's a hell of a trench. If this were to, I'm not saying I would die if this were to cave in, but it's a deep hole. I mean, nicely done too. Nice clean walls. There's no surprise wires anywhere, which is always nice, but this is pretty much the view of an outstretched arm with this thing right here. So I guess a good time to take a look underneath the machine. I mean, that's 6 feet with a completely outstretched arm and a gimbal. I would say that's 8 foot plus, easily. In here with me, but
You want to pick you up?
no, I can probably get out. That's a deep hole. I mean, no, that's no joke. That's a deep hole. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here absolutely without the help of an excavator. So I mean, we did some digging here in the lot, and to prove to you that we're not just digging up like peat moss, right? This is Georgia clay. I don't know. They said a bulldozer ran over the lot beforehand, and we're probably down. I mean, I don't know much about dinosaurs, but I don't think we hit any bones. But we're down pretty far. I mean, this is solid clay here, so the machine can dig, right? It does excavator things. If you want one of these machines, there's a couple things you got to know. Number one, you can't reach out to Huayee and get one. You certainly can't go on like Temu and buy one, obviously. But these are sold only through U.S. dealers of Huayee machines. So if you want one, or if you want to go see one, or you want to go see all the machines, reach out to either your local Huayee dealer, or you can call Lee. I'm going to put his phone number in the description at the bottom of the video here. Reach out to him. Hey, I saw the 27. I think that's the right fit for me, and I want to get one. And he can direct you to the local dealer in your area, or obviously we can ship them from here. I mean, they got here somehow, so you can definitely get one if you want one of these machines. What's it going to cost you? Well, depending on where you are in the country, or what attachments you want, packages, whatever, just ballparks around 30 G's for one of these things. At that price point, you buy one at the MSRP, you're going to get the 3-year warranty, the dealer support, and you're helping out a U.S. based dealer, so that's always a good thing. So if this machine is a good fit for you, and you think it's going to make your life easier, or you want to start a business and you say this is exactly the unit that I'm looking for, reach out, come sit in one, drive one around. I mean, I think you're going to like it. So what we're going to do now, at the conclusion of our video about mini excavators, is we're going to use the mini skid to backfill the hole. Now, why are we going to do that? Well, for a couple different reasons. Number one, because I think it would be fun to do it. The second reason is, when you buy a machine from a dealer, you want a machine that is good to go, right? Turn the key, off it goes, it does work. And to provide that service, it's very important that you test the machines, right? So the good dealers are, firing the machines up, maybe move some dirt with it. Obviously, we're not putting a bunch of hours on it, but we're doing things to make sure that the product that you receive has been quality controlled, checked, tested, it's good to go. So what we're going to do is backfill this hole with our diesel mini skid here, and I'm curious to see how it handles the Georgia clay. So let's get to that right now. For now, that's going to do it. Cam Sweet here from the Garage Connection. Thank you for all your support and for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Have a great day.